Okay, let's start. Welcome everyone to the first WordPress Niagara meeting. I will keep this presentation as close as possible to the beginner level. It's the first one. Later we can have advanced topics to cover. My name is Slavi, as I mentioned. My background is I've been working with in web development field for over 10 years now. I love technology. I love creating mobile, web apps, WordPress plugins, and so on. Originally, I'm from Eastern Europe. You can tell by the accent, I guess. Okay, let's talk about WordPress. What is WordPress? WordPress is a free, open-source blogging and content management system. It has been around since 2003. And it is the official successor of a blogging software called B2 or WordPress, which was created by Michael Rodriguez. And actually, WordPress is having its 10th birthday in 5 days, May 27th. Really 10 years old, which is great. By the way, the presentation will be split in half, so there will be a presentation and there will be a demo, which I will show how to install plugins, how to install themes, and how to configure WordPress, and so on. Mention WordPress is 10 years old. How nice. I forgot to mention B2 or WordPress has another branch which is called B2 Evolution, and here's how it looks like. People may think that WordPress administration is hard or not pretty. Here's how administration look like.
What is B2?
B2 is another blogging software which was abandoned in 2001. Person Michael started working on it, and Matt Mullenweg and Mike Little, they decided to branch out and to create a WordPress, a new content management system. Actually, it started as a blogging software. Nowadays, WordPress is a full-featured content management system. Here's the WordPress administration area. Looks prettier. Do you have questions? Or?
No, okay.
Okay. So WordPress currently powers 66 million websites, which is awesome. Like those great stats, and it is. I'm assuming that this is because it's simplicity and its ease of use. There's multiple types of WordPress. One is, actually there are three of them. The hosted one is WordPress.com, where basically they're hosting that installation for you, but there's limitations. And if you want to have your own domain name with them, you have to pay for those add-ons. If you want redirect, if you want to have be able to do some theme customizations, you have to pay those add-ons. There's one VIP WordPress installation, which is information over there. It's over $4,000 a month. This is for big companies, which they need support. They need a lot of resources. And the third one is a self-hosted one. That is the installation where you install it on your server, on your web hosting, and you have full control over what themes and plugins you can install. And it is the most flexible one. So what is a theme? So theme is it's a bunch of files which WordPress uses to assemble the whole page. So there's designers will know that there's CSS files, images, PHP files, and so on. WordPress goes through them and combines their content, and at the end we see the page that is rendered. You can search for. There's a lot of free plugins. Excuse me. There's a lot of free themes which can be downloaded from WordPress.org. But also, there's other websites and designers that started offering premium themes, which you can get access to them by paying, let's say, $40, $50 a month or a year, depends on the package. And there's a website called Theme Forest, which designers sell their themes there. It's a nice resource. And plugins. What are plugins? Plugins are a nice piece of code and modules that integrate with the system. They communicate with the system. They exchange data. When do we need them? We need them if we need an extra functionality that WordPress doesn't have by default. We can add extra functionality. For example, we can make it more secure. We can make WordPress load faster. We can have a nice form builder, and so on. That's the best thing about those plugins. Is that most of them are free. There's also plugins which are premium ones. There's a website for plugins that is called Code Canyon. And it hosts a lot of premium plugins there. And of course on WordPress.org. The top 5 plugins that I recommend that everybody should have as soon as they install WordPress are those limit login attempts. And basically what it does is, if somebody tries to hack into your WordPress installation, then the plugin will stop the users from logging in. Let's say if somebody enters the password incorrectly 3 times or 4 times, depends on the configuration, that plugin will stop the attacker. Another one is WP Super Cache. Basically, when the WordPress is ready with the page's content, it will save that information, and if a new visitor comes to the website, plugin will deliver that saved page, and that will speed up the page loading and everything. Nice plugin. There's other plugins like that. WP Total Cache. Third plugin, Backup WordPress. We need to back up WordPress. There's 2 things to back up. There's files and database. And this plugin allows you to do that. It creates 2 scheduled tasks, and one creates full backup and for the all files and database, and there's daily backup for just for the database. There's weekly, monthly tools and backup.
These all free?
Yeah. The only thing with Backup WordPress is that it stores the backups on the same hosting. So if the hoster crashes, that'll be a problem.
Doesn't let you download it.
No, you have to either download it from time to time, or yeah, you can. Yeah, you can download it, or you can get there's an add-on that allows you to save that file with Dropbox or similar cloud storage services. Fourth one, the Contact Form 7, which is a nice contact form builder, which allows you to create, by using some syntax, interesting syntax, you can create forms. And all you have to do is paste something called shortcode. The shortcode is a code that WordPress replaces. It is all shortcodes are managed by plugins, and plugins can replace a given shortcode. I'll give an example, demonstration later, how to use it. And the last one, maybe I should start with that one, is SEO, free plugin created by Yoast. It allows you to make your page the SEO, on-page SEO. Gives you nice feedback. You can enter a keyword that you want to focus, and that plugin checks the content, checks the links of your page, the current page that you're editing. Gives you feedback.
Does it come with a process, a documented process on how to use it, how to react to what it's telling you? Or do you have to figure that out on your own?
No, you have to figure it on your own, yeah. Normally, yeah.
They'll teach us.
Yes. Let's see what is the next one. Slide. And good practices.
Yes. First,
Yes. Many people think that they just have to create a website and just leave it there like that. I've seen lots of websites, they got hacked just because either WordPress wasn't updated or plugins weren't up to date. What happens with any software, any piece of software has glitches, and it's a matter of time somebody finding those glitches. And by making sure that those two things are up to date, WordPress and the plugins, you decrease the chance of the website being hacked. The other thing which I didn't cover is the WordPress installation. Normally WordPress comes. WordPress suggests a username called admin. I strongly recommend that you either choose a different name, either your personal name or something like superadmin or whatever, as long as it's not a default username. Because if you keep the username admin, the hacker just needs to guess the password. They will get into your website, and then they can start adding links. They can compromise your website. That's not good. The other thing is that they should create another plugin is the backups, if possible, and make them as automated as possible because we're humans, we forget. Sometimes web hosting companies they don't offer backups. That's why it's crucial. You take control of that.
Got caught on that.
Right.
And relied on them for backups. They didn't have them far enough back before the hackers
they have
had
on
the site.
Okay.
So it should be your own backup.
Yeah. It probably was a month old, I guess.
Yeah. And the hacker had hacked the websites before that, so all the backups were in there.
Right.
I never get rid of backups.
And the last thing.
Something now. Go ahead.
Yeah. The last thing is speed. I've seen sites that they don't use any caching plugin. A lot out there. The one I mentioned, WP Super Cache, which I'm going to demonstrate as well. It will speed up the page load, and that is important because nowadays users are so impatient, and if your website is taking lots of time to load, they may just leave. They won't wait.
So does that one caching thing you recommend in the beginning make quite a difference?
Yeah, it is nice. The only thing is those caching plugins, they do the speeding up process only for users who are not logged in. For normal, for example, that's the thing, because if a user is logged into WordPress, WordPress has to provide some sort of personalization, which is, let's say, depending on the level, it may show different menu items. That's the thing. But normally, our users, let's say 80% or 90% are now logged in, and they will benefit very fast page loads. It's quite nice. Yes,
I can say one problem I found with the caching, though, those caching plugins that do it at the other end, the server end of things, is it fills up your cache on your computer. Most browsers automatically cache websites. So if you go there a second time, it checks its cache first and then the website. If you're using a caching plugin on the server end, every time you go to the website, it's new, regardless of whether it is or not.
Depends. As I mentioned, if you're logged in, then the cache will not be used.
Well, it won't be used. It uses the browser. But if you're logging in to site, every time you log in, it's new, and it keeps filling your cache on your computer up. It's a problem people do end up having.
Right.
They check it. If they keep logging in and logging out and checking WordPress websites with these caches, their cache fills up very fast on the computer.
I think it's a browser setting that there's a setting in every browser which.
Yeah, you can change this, but you have to go into your own browser then and change those. The defaults fill up fast.
Right. And eventually, if you reach don't have enough space, the computer will prompt you to clean up some.
Yeah, that's an issue. So you've got two caching systems going on. So
right.
You have to be careful with them. Right, right. They do interfere with each other.
Yep, that is true. Yeah. Let's see what is next. And demo. So this is an installed version of WordPress on my computer here. And first we're gonna create a few pages and a blog post. And then I'm going to show you how to configure it. And yes, let's go to the admin screen. The reason that I'm not showing how to install it is that there's some web hosting companies, they have something called one-click installer, which allows you to install different content management systems and forums, and you can do the configuration and then click on install, and it will install it for you. Well, there's also a website called Fiverr, which you can hire anybody for $5 to do whatever you want. There's a lot of service that are offered there. Okay, so we're here, the WordPress administrative screen. So let's create several pages here. Let's start with home. Since the screen is a little bit small, WordPress, normally the save button appears to the right. So scroll down. Publish.
Why do you have to write?
Yeah.
Why do you have to write the blog down into the big box as well?
Why am I creating a page called blog?
Well, I know you're creating a page for blog, but you're typing it up there. Why down in the?
The content. Just for my information. The blog page, it will not show that content, but other pages will. I'll show you in a minute. By default, WordPress, it is configured in such a way that the homepage, when you visit the homepage, it will show the latest posts. And if you want to use WordPress as a content management system as well as a blogging option, then you need to create a dedicated blog page. In the homepage that we created, we'll be showing the content that will be for the homepage. Let's create one more. Choose. Let's create one blog post here. So we're ready with the pages. Let's preview the website. The home page, as I mentioned, this is the blog post which appears. Pages, we have two home pages, which we'll fix right now. I don't know if you can see here, but there's something. There's a question mark, page ID equals 200. Yeah, maybe it's visible better here. So those, by default, WordPress doesn't change. It's using that syntax to those kind of links, which are not SEO friendly. I highly recommend that you change them. I'm going to show that in a minute. those links are called non-SEO friendly, and we will fix those.
They don't have meaningful words in them.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
They're also very hard to search.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Search engines are very hard to find. So.
In order to fix that, we need to go to settings, and then under permalinks, then we can either choose post name here, or what I usually do is copy in category and then post name. So right now, if you see, here's the link, it shows contact. There's another one called home. It's a top address bar here.
so if you go back and show us what you changed, you're doing it pretty quick.
Oh, sorry.
We're impressed that you did it.
Okay, so in order to do that, we need to go to settings and then permalinks.
This is basic to WordPress.
And so you
And
went to
custom structure.
He's already logged in.
Right.
And once you select
Show
the
logging
custom
in.
structure.
He's logged in.
You can either select this option or custom.
Now, how did you get the category posting
Oh, okay.
to see in that format?
I've used that before, and those
So that's the posting category and
and then
then
the post name, yes.
post name.
As you can either use this one or that one.
Oh, you
WordPress
used it
has-
before, so it popped up, okay.
WordPress has multiple. Actually, this is my browser, which remember me doing that. There's different options. Even you can have the post ID.
But, so is that what you would recommend for a beginner, category post name?
Yes. So the next change that we need to make is currently we see here we have the blog page, but we are not able to see the blog posts. That's my word. Okay, next thing is to go to general settings. Normally this tagline contains this is a first WordPress blog or something like that. You can leave it empty, or if you have a mission statement, you can use that. Here, and keep settings there. The next page, the next configuration screen that I'd like to go to is more changes here. Local reading, and this setting screen determines what is going to be shown on the home page. And here we can choose. Let's select the home page that will be shown there, and this page will be responsible for displaying blog posts. And scroll down, click Save Changes. So I'm going to switch to another tab. Go to Home. Here you can see the home content, and if I go to Blog, then we see the first one of the blog posts that we have entered here. That's the content. Contact page. Content. Okay. The next step is to install a theme. You need to go under Appearance, and a new menu will show up, and go to Themes. You can install themes either by searching for themes, or if you have a zip file, which this is how they're distributed. All those files are packaged in one file, and they have to be uploaded and then activated to be available to WordPress. Let's go to install themes. If you know the name of the theme, you can search for it here, or you can search, use this filter. Let's pick 2 columns. Find. And WordPress will show me different options. And there. Let's preview it.
So where did you get these from? Did you make this up, or is this
No,
like?
it is available from within WordPress.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
So they have a set of default themes available.
Oh, okay.
Lots of them.
Yeah. So there's 2 themes that are available, and this one is 2012. There's another one, 2011. Yes.
Those, when you install it, those automatically pop up as themes
Yes.
and activate.
Yes.
But when you would do a search, it goes to the WordPress site and comes up with lots and lots and lots of them, which is what he was doing.
Yes. And if you want to install new themes, you can click on install. And if you have a file, like a zip file, you can click on upload there, and you can do it from here if you want, or if you just want to do a quick search, as I mentioned here. If you know the name, you can search for it here, or if you want to search by different features, so I select 2 columns, and then I click on Find Themes. It's nice that WordPress requires the themes and plugins to have screenshots, which is so easy to see how they look like. So you don't have to always be clicking preview. I decided to preview this one. And if we like it, then we can click on the install button. The theme is downloaded. And now we can click on live preview. The theme has to be downloaded within that WordPress installation in order for us to be able to click on live preview. And save and activate. Switch here. So this was the previous design. And if I click on home, design changed right away. That is the beautiful part of WordPress. You can change the design very quickly and easily. Here we see that there's 2 home buttons. Some themes, they explicitly enter a menu, home link. That's why we have 2. And normally we have to customize the themes a little bit. There's best practices for customizing themes as well. Yes, you got a question? Okay.
Why do you have 2 homes?
This is because the designer of the theme, he or she explicitly entered home there as a menu option. So what theme does is it loads the pages, and since the person has, it's called hard-coded in computer language, he or she explicitly entered home there. They didn't foresee us using a page called home.
So it's just a mistake.
Kind of, yes. And a good thing too, when we need to customize a theme, there's something called child themes, which basically that is the proper way of customizing WordPress themes. Because I've done it too. I would download the theme's content, the theme's file. I would edit the files right there, and then upload it to the website. But when the original designer releases a new version, those changes will override my changes. That's the problem. Or I have to reapply them.
How do you, okay, so you may protect them?
Yes, something called child themes.
Child?
Child themes, yes.
Child.
Child.
Like
Like
children.
children, yeah.
That's what they call it.
Child themes, yes. Basically, there's a few files. You have to have 3 or 4 files, and depending on the syntax, there's some instructions that tell WordPress, I want to customize the footer or just the header, and the child theme needs to contain only the modified files, only the files that we need that will be different than the different from the original themes files.
So when you create yours,
Yes.
you add this,
I create a new child theme, so I have to install this theme within WordPress, and then I go in. There's a folder called themes, and then I create another folder with the files that I need changed.
Just those files.
Yeah, just those files, yes. And there's a file, there's a style.css file, which I can enter some commands and tell, for this child theme, this is the parent theme, and load everything from there. That's the proper way of doing it. It is easy process, but I've run into issues where the original theme looks nice, but it is very hard to work with the child themes. May not be designed to support child themes.
So the real advice is, unless you're really, really, really gonna do it, don't go there. Find another theme that behaves.
Right. Yes. Do you have any questions so far? Yes, as I mentioned, there's lots of free themes which are available on WordPress.org.
Are themes very susceptible to breaking if WordPress upgrades or anything?
Sometimes, yes. The good thing about WordPress, it also gives you a notice if a theme is not hasn't been updated within 2 years.
Okay.
And what happens is WordPress has different WordPress team releases updates every month, 2 months. And what happens with the new changes, they deprecate some functions, or some functions change their behavior. And if the theme authors, the designers, they don't adapt their themes, and that's when those themes
So
break.
before you upgrade WordPress, abide by their advice. Back everything up.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
And then upgrade WordPress. If it doesn't work, put the old one back in.
Yes, absolutely, yes. Themes. You can download this one. So here how to install from a zip file. This would be the case if you have purchased the theme from a premium theme. You need to go to install themes and then upload, then navigate to the downloaded zip file. Click install now. So now we need to activate it. And let's preview it here. Here's how it
Whole new look.
yes. Okay. If you don't like it, then you can always go to manage themes, and then activate the previous one. Next thing that I'm going to show you is plugins. Let's click on Add New. This is the search bar, which allows you to search plugins by name. The first one, as I mentioned, will be limit login attempts, which will make our WordPress more secure.
Is there a list that you can go to?
I have created a list for myself here. Do you mean
For the search?
recommended or no? There was just tags. I know the names of the plugins, and I specifically look for each plugin. Normally, if you go to WordPress, there is recommended plugins. Just one sec. Right? I think so. Normally, in the sidebar, there was a list of yes, featured plugins. Those plugins are one of the most popular ones.
Is Jetpack pretty good? I looked briefly at all the things in there, and it looks it's almost like official WordPress.
Yeah, it is. It is
With a
official.
lot of features and functions.
Yes, it is official for WordPress. I currently use it for stats. Stats, I know there's other stuff. I just activated the stats, which is nice. And let me show you the stats.
The Jetpack is automatically installed when you put in WordPress. You can get rid of it if you want.
I had to install it.
You still have to activate it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure. Well, it's maybe just my host.
Maybe your
My
host had
account
it.
automatically puts it in. 'Cause I notice it appears with every WordPress site I put in.
Okay, okay. That's interesting.
That doesn't matter. That's why I was wondering. I've never thrown it out. I figured
There's Jetpack here.
Oh, I see.
There's a list of.
It does a whole bunch of things.
Yes, there's a lot of things
Do you
here.
want the cap on it or something? Any cap?
And you would think it's pretty safe that the Jetpack would be upgraded with an upgrade with WordPress.
Yes.
It's from the same people.
Yes, exactly.
So that's kind of heartening.
The stats. It is a nice plugin. It shows today, best ever, all time.
Turn the gas back on. Yeah, it's on.
It's a nice plugin. So let's install limit login attempts.
Now they have an SEO capability of some sort in Jetpack, but you would still use the other SEO because it's,
I haven't explored it. I haven't.
you don't know
tested
that,
it, but
you don't know.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, that's fine. Just curious.
Let's click install now. Okay. He downloads the plugin. Let's activate it. When a plugin is installed, the plugin either creates a new menu below the settings, or it appears under tools, depends on the functionality of the plugin, or in settings. So when I go over settings, it will show me. Okay, I'm going to click on settings. Since the screen is small, the menu can deal with it. Let's click on limit login attempts. Settings that I like are, so for example, if somebody incorrectly enters the password more than 3 times, the person will be blocked, let's say, for 2 hours. If the person continues, then it will be 48 hours, and then we will keep that information for a week, 168 hours. And then you need to be notified when somebody gets blocked, just to know what's happening.
Even if you don't have users logging into your site, you want this because you don't want them logging in as an admin.
Right,
This
there will
protects
be
you at the
hackers.
end.
There will be hackers who
This
will.
protects you at the admin login as well.
Yes.
Because on my sites, I don't have user logins.
Right. Okay.
But this is still worth doing because
Oh yes,
for the
definitely.
admin login.
I highly recommend this one.
So you're putting these timelines on. It
Yeah.
isn't automatic, right?
It is. It has some defaults, but I like higher values because if somebody, normally I know my passwords and I have a system that remembers them and pre-fills the passwords. But if somebody doesn't and tries and doesn't get it right,
Yeah.
then that means that somebody's trying to hack into my site, and I want that person to be stopped as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And the person will be, well, here, the best thing is in seconds. Oh, minutes? Okay, that's good. Yeah, minutes, it's 2 hours. And if the person, again, tries, normally those hacking attempts are done they're automated with their programs, and there's no people actually going there. There's a program which tries to log in. And that's why it's good to block it.
Sure, it should be right down.
First plugin. The next plugin is WP Super Cache.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not. Dashboard. Right now. That is a very good question.
Click install now. Okay.
Yeah, you're on the, this is your, that's you on WordPress, okay?
Yeah. I have a few other sites. Maybe I can check to see if any of those are.
Thought it should, you should have.
And the plugin. Right now, the plugin needs to be configured to page. Okay, let's go dismiss. Just a fun little bit. Turn it on. Here, update status. And I also go to advanced. And then I select compress pages. Basically what it does is the web page just content gets shrinked, and that way it floats even faster. And this is the setting that I also recommend. So the plugin doesn't have to cache the pages that the user is logged in. The user should see a unique page, a page that is customized for that user. On a bigger screen, it will look totally different. The projector shrinks everything right now. We need to save the update status. And in order to test it, let's go here and let's reload the page. Refresh it. As I mentioned, we may not be able to see huge difference speed load. And one way to test if that WP Super Cache is working is right-click and then choose View Page Source and scroll down, and it will tell you dynamic page, page not cached, settings, even now it's on users. But if I open a new browser window, in this window I'm now logged in,
Yeah, we got them set up, so you're
going straight through.
is the site lost there?
If I go to the same page,
What do you mean live? Do you have to actually launch? This is all of this right now.
or
Stuff like it's just like set up
you
the
see
pages.
it loads super quickly.
Yeah.
It must
If
be
I
a box.
click here and then again view source and scroll down,
It is.
here it shows cache page,
Wow,
super cache, and then
It should be there. Yeah. I've
zip.
never seen it not there.
It's working, and that way, the beauty of that plugin is it allows us to use even a shared web hosting, a web hosting that doesn't have a lot of resources, and that way you can have some savings.
Yeah, he may,
Which is
I'm not
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, the next plugin that I'd like to install is Backup WordPress. Plugins, add new. Backup WordPress. Install now. Okay. The plugin has some default schedules, which are fine. I just keep them as they are. It is this plugin is available under Tools, Backups. And here you can see Database Daily, Complete Weekly, and you can add a schedule. The interface was a little bit strange, but it takes a little bit of time to learn it. Let's click on Run Now. It will download our database. We'll create a backup here and here. We can download it and save it on the computer. Desktop. It's good to have it. As I mentioned, it's with WordPress or with any content management system, it's good to not just back up the database or just the files, but back up both.
How did you just force the backup right now?
I went to Run Now.
Run Now.
Run Now, yeah.
Yep.
Can you automate the downloading of zip files?
I think there was maybe other plugins. I don't know if this plugin supports that. Check. No, this one doesn't support it.
So you have to do it manually using that.
Yes. It's a simple little plugin that allows you to save those information. Of course, one plugin can be written that specifically monitors that plugin's activities and then email it to you. But if you have a large site, maybe a download link or maybe the backups have to be uploaded on Amazon or Dropbox. The next plugin that I like to install is called Contact Form 7. Almost there. Contact Form 7 is a nice plugin. Allows you to create a lot of forms. Install it. Activate. It creates a separate menu here called Contact, and you have created a sample form, which is nice. Let's click on Edit. So this is the form, the form's content, the content of it, contents, and the plugin will convert that text into real form fields. So if you want to have a super simple form, you can just remove as many fields as you want. Let's say super simple form, which will be just email, message, and a send button. Okay, let's click on save. And this is the shortcode that I was talking about. This code is called Contact Form -7. Will be replaced by that plugin with the form. Let's go to Pages. Contact. We can have content above it, content.
So you don't have to switch to the HTML one to install it.
Right.
You put it in visual.
Right. Yes. For example, content below it or above it. We need to go to Contact, and here's our form. Only needs email and message. The form is called Form Contact. Edit. You need to scroll down. There's this is the admin email that normally is set when you install WordPress. And that is the email that will be receiving notifications and the entries, wherever the data that has been submitted. This plugin also allows you to have a form, let's say a resume. People can upload PDF files and they can be sent to you as attachment, which is quite nice. And the last plugin I'd like to talk about is the SEO plugin, which is called SEO by Yoast, or WordPress SEO by Yoast. Yes. Let's install it. It's activated. There's some settings here. You can take a look. There's some warnings. Usually that plugin will prompt you to opt in for tracking and stuff, and that they have removed it, which is nice. So here's how to use it. Let's go to Pages. Let's go to the home page. And scroll down. Here's the message. Here's the settings that are coming from that plugin. Let's say if you're, let's say, video production. It gives you suggestions. And here you can.
Can you put several words in there, or is that one?
It has to be a keyword, one focus keyword.
So that the two
phrase.
words is the phrase can
Yeah.
be a focus keyword
Yeah.
for that page.
Yes, and here it gives you hints and checks. You don't have that information in your header. You don't have that information in the page link, title. Actually, home page wasn't a good example. Let's create a page for video production. For example, let's put no real capitalize information. So it gives you feedback, the article title, content. Okay, so I need to put, let's say, draft. Meta description, so it gives you.
Where is the meta description for the page?
It's right here. It's
Oh,
below.
so you
Yes.
put in down there.
Yeah, and you can have different title here.
So a meta description for the page is what the search engines look at, but it doesn't show on the page when users look at it.
Right. Shows in search engine results. Yes. That's it.
And the SEO title, why did you put the vertical bar just as separator?
Just to separate, yeah.
So when somebody sees the title, they know there's two different things.
Yes. Okay. So it gives us we have 19 characters left. Very nice.
So people should do that for every page.
Yes, for every single page. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but
Yeah, I know.
it is.
That's why I haven't done it. But I
Yeah,
didn't know how to
I
do
guess you
it.
could call
Yes.
them, yeah. That's probably where it's drawing those descriptions from.
And that
So that was-
concludes
that's why
my
we show-
presentation and the demo.
show is-
Thanks a lot, guys.
That's it?
Yes. Do you have any questions?
But somebody promised you'd talk till 10.
Yes, I was going to have a beer later.
Question right here. That'd be good for you. Go on, talk.
If you have multiple blogs and you download plugins, will all those plugins show up on every blog's dashboard, or only the individual dashboards that you downloaded it with?
Normally, so WordPress it will allow you to have just one page right now. It's a blog. It will show all the posts. But since version 3.0, it also allows you to have make it called multi-install, and which allows you to set up WordPress on one website. It will be one installation, but you can have as many blogs as you want, as many sub-sites that you want. Yes, subdomains or directories.
Do plugins work both on the WordPress.com like the WordPress hosted and on the self-hosted ones?
No, there's a lot of restrictions on the .com.
On the .com,
limitations, yes.
How do you get the You can get some on the .com though, right?
They do have some, yes.
But how do you get to them? Are they called widgets or are they called something else?
Still plugins, but actually, I don't know if you can install plugins there. There's a lot of,
Well, that's what we were just looking at. One of his sites. It just dawned on me. He's using WordPress.com.
Okay.
He's set up there. Plugins didn't show up on the left-hand side.
Let's go.
Should show up right
yes,
there, right?
yes.
But that's
Oh,
because
okay, I
that's
see what you
because
mean,
he's
yes.
on the WordPress.com.
Yes, they're deactivated. The reason for that is plugins, they're written in PHP, and they have access to the file system, they have access to the database, and WordPress, they don't want you to have that kind of access to their system.
So on WordPress.com, you're limited to blogging only
Yes, yes, right, content.
and widgets, I guess.
Yes, and as I mentioned, everything you have to pay for add-ons if you want to use a custom domain and if you want to do some modifications of the theme.
So you're gonna talk about widgets.
So I have to make it live too.
Yes,
Not live, no.
Not live.
actually, I can show you
WordPress is your
a bit.
host.
Yes,
But if I made it,
that's a good idea.
But you would have to
if I
find-
paid the $18 fee, so it's just whatever.com with
I
it.
suppose so. Yeah, you could also get a local host or someone around here to like
So
vaccine or something.
WordPress allows you
I
to
do that
install.
through
You
WordPress.
can do that too. They have
different
WordPress
themes.
installed.
They support.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
have a question?
Sorry. Oh, no, I was just, we were trying to figure out why you had plugins showing up there, but it wasn't showing up there.
The reason for that is this one is it's a self-hosted. I
hosted
I
on this,
have
yeah.
on my computer and on my servers, and I have full control over it. That is the difference between the .com and
.com
the
and the
self-hosted.
yeah,
Yes.
self-hosted,
So
or the
what
.org, I
you're
guess.
doing is you're putting
hosting
the
accounts
video
are pretty
on there,
cheap.
right?
Yeah,
I
No,
think
it's
the one
just
I get
the-
when you
the
first sign
home
up, it's
screen.
like $60 a
okay.
year. Hostmonster.com.
So since I'm not paying
GoDaddy, I think it's-
WordPress
GoDaddy does
service
GoDaddy's
to
got it installed already.
use their host,
Yeah, most of
Vaccine
them do.
local company
they
that does it
and
fairly
she has
cheap.
ivconnects.wordpress.com.
There,
Yeah.
all the plugins
So,
will be available.
To make it my own
Well,
host,
they're
yeah, because
available.
actually
They're
WordPress will come out of
available.
theirs. They
If
allow
you
me
install
that
your web
feature to
hosting,
have
yes, the
plugins
plugins
on
will
here.
appear.
Okay.
As long as you're admin. If you're logged in as another user, they will not show up.
Yeah.
They won't show up at all.
But it's because you had
Yeah.
you're hosting
Some-
through WordPress. That's why the plugin. Yes. I knew there had to be a reason. We've been looking at going, this shouldn't be there. It's not. It's because of that.
But I could also just pay for that service through WordPress, right, and still have that. Like, so WordPress can.
Let's ask him. I've never done that.
I don't think you'll be able, even if you pay, I don't know if you'll be able to get plugins.
Just have to have it hosted through someone else. Or?
Yeah, you have to have your own web hosting.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that one of the first slides. I remember the VIP installation, almost 4,000 a month. There's another one which is self-hosted. They give you access, they give you hosting, and it was about 15,000 a year. So that if you want to be with WordPress.com, then we'll pay 15,000.
But you're probably getting a lot of support.
Yes.
And on top of that, you're probably getting, I hope for that kind of a price, you're getting your very
You still
own
do the
hard
SEO
server.
without the
Yes.
plugin, right?
Yes.
Where right now, most of us are using
The
servers
SEO
that share the
doesn't
servers
actually
with a lot of other users.
Basically,
Yes.
what it does is it points you to
So
what
if
you
you're running a
should be
big,
doing.
heavy-duty site with tons of
It
traffic.
doesn't actually do the search engine optimization for you. It just goes through and says you're
So
missing
then,
these
with
pieces.
.com, it's
Please fill
normal, they
them.
don't have settings, but.
So that's all it did.
anything like
As
that.
in when, so when you do the Google search, for instance, and my page shows
Yes.
up, what will actually show up on the Google page?
Self-hosted, yes.
Is when I'm editing, not
The
it's not
thing is-
necessarily optimizing anything.
With
not-
self-hosted, it gives
SEOs
us
don't
more
actually
control
optimize, they
over
just
the
point you in the
plugins
direction
and
of
themes
doing
that we can install.
Okay.
On the
So
other
it's like
hand,
you
you have to
incentivize you to.
Make sure, okay, you know, I couldn't
Everything's
find
backed
these
up,
keywords
everything's
here,
up to
here,
date,
here. I would
so-
suggest going and adding.
Okay.
You know, if you're gonna
Yeah, because I'm
Well, you
just
do on
kind of running a
mobile,
free
you
sort of
do
keyword.
Don't you have to do that at .com?
No, they update it. They
Oh,
update
they
it.
update it
text
automatically.
Yeah, they
part.
Do they back up
So wait a
automatically?
minute,
Yes.
it's here in your metadata, but it's nowhere in your text. So go back and rewrite your blog so that the keywords show up in multiple places.
Okay. So you mentioned you host through Vaccine, you said?
Vaccine
Widgets?
is a hosting company.
Widgets are
locally. There are
very
dozens
nice,
of hosting companies
nice little
out
things
there.
which allow you to
Most of
custom
them,
content.
most of the
So I
have
just
it
basically
already installed.
contact them
to a
and
theme.
then
Depending on the theme,
they'll do this for me.
Well,
you can
so they can help you do it,
sidebar
yeah.
widgets or footer widgets, which are
But I
quite
would
nice.
call
And
around a few different companies.
basically how it
find
works is
out.
you drag and drop. And
There are a number of them around.
the thing is,
vaccine's been one of the
I
old
think you
ones.
may lose the widgets
Too
if we
familiar
change
with-
the theme.
Hosting.
That's what I heard a chemical foot try.
So you'll lose them, but you could reinstall them.
You
Well, I
can,
don't
yeah,
really,
you can
I'm
drag
just
them again.
interested
Yeah,
in
but they could be
these blogs I'm
they
doing
could be a
right now are
plugin
just
that
kind
will
of,
preserve that
I
information.
don't really need, it's not
Looking
really
for- that's
business
what I
that I
heard.
need to
Yeah.
get these like leads and
Most
stuff.
people are going to find your blog
Yeah,
or your
yeah.
content
These are
not
all-
by
Yeah.
the
The available
search
widgets
engine
are
like
here on the left.
unless
There's
you're
also
major
the default
blogger.
ones.
I mean, you're not going
There's
to show up in the
plugins
first
that they
two pages
can
of Google.
also
Do you use
install
plugins?
widgets.
Well, we build the
example,
company I work for
we
builds
can have
websites and they contact me,
Check.
video slides, all kinds of wonderful things. But the company
Should be
pay for
one that's
that.
called text.
Most people that are doing
Drag
blogging
it.
don't worry about
Yeah.
it. They just do what you're doing. WordPress.com. I didn't know you couldn't use blogs. I couldn't put on that.
Almost there.
They just
Okay.
Yeah.
We chose this that
So it's
area.
like
stick
kinda-
with the blog and just make sure
What we
that
can
you're
do is,
repeating
let's go
keywords throughout your blog and advertise.
Twitter,
When you post something, put it on Facebook, put Twitter, about it,
Yeah.
tweet it.
By using
Get people coming to you.
Google's
Google's
this
not going to
widget,
drag there.
we will be
It's
able
got
to
so many
paste,
other ways of finding things.
be able to create a widget that will, let's say, show our tweets.
Oh, yeah.
Say,
Yeah. Some of these plugins are nice for auto tweeting.
Cool. Yeah, that's what that does. Can you put,
There's still the,
Facebook.
these are widgets,
yes,
right?
yes.
These are just
any
widgets
social
though, right?
media.
Some
Yes, as long as
because
it's a
widgets are
snippet.
different than
So right
plugins.
now,
Okay, I have.
I've never used
Click on
widgets. Widgets
photos.
just do simple little things.
let's create widgets. And it will give us some code here. We can right click.
This is at Twitter.
Yes, this one is for
Widgets
Twitter.
do
Yeah, you're at Twitter again.
Widgets do
Yeah,
things
we need
like
to
add
go-
dates
So
and
anytime
times to certain
you
things.
do a tweet, it'll be put on your site.
Yes.
And you can
Yeah, you
set
can
it up
have like
that
a
whether or
calendar in there or something.
people respond to
I don't know
your
what a calendar
instead
got.
of
It's actually
whether or
an
not
event.
those will show.
Oh, really?
There may be a widget for
Like
each.
I didn't
Hear you fully. Say that
Widgets
again.
usually do simple things.
Because I was able to do a few of these.
Okay, if they have widgets, we're doing. I don't know as
Yes.
much about widgets. I'm
Okay.
like, that's one of the reasons I came here. I just wanted to see what else was going on.
It will, as long as they use your ad and then sign in your
Can I
There's
control
just all-
whether or not that will show up?
It's
I don't
interesting.
think so.
The way he's presenting it, he is doing it.
If people send you a direct message, it will not show in the public stream.
So
Yeah, so you're at that.
let's
Let's
click
click
on
on that. That's when you're here.
Okay, well, those are with widgets, eh?
Yeah, because we didn't pay for anything. So
Okay,
Oh, I
and
see.
then the
Only
widgets
when
are
I
pretty
do-
powerful then.
And see if that theme
That's
supports.
the best way
Okay.
to get your widget.
Since the display is smaller, the widget appears here.
And you start
Both
getting
my
people
tweets.
going to it, then they go.
now,
from there.
now
Yeah.
it's just kind of organic.
For
That's
example,
what
you
that's-
can
that's
get,
the launcher that way,
let's
yeah.
see, Facebook, like,
Is that you?
yes,
Without glasses, I see.
exactly.
In disguise.
Yes.
Yeah. So all these things you have to go through Facebook.
That's
So
what I want.
right now, so we need to
To get them through Facebook. You have to get those through Facebook.
select.
Generally, it's best to go to Facebook to get there, because it's using their API.
Yeah, you can just put that into.
Yep, and then you put that code onto your site, and it puts a little like button there.
But do they make it pretty easy, or do you have to actually copy and paste the code into?
You usually cut and paste the code in.
It's like I wouldn't know where to.
I don't know if a widget there may be a Facebook widget too, you can check. But, I've never done this on a thing, site, but you end up with, you can just go through Google and say WordPress, Facebook or something like that, and it'll come up with instructions. Most people are.
I'm not much of a coder, so I'm.
No,
I hate
it's
that.
generally it's just cut and paste.
Space file.
That's a new one. I want to try.
Is it related to
I did
Facebook?
one that is, those are Facebook widgets.
Update.
Looking for either like button, maybe it was like box. The one that shows, yes, that's what I was looking for. So for example, here, I can paste the WordPress Niagara Facebook page. I can select it, I can
Put it in the
show
website.
faces. There's only two, 3 people like it, I guess. Now I can click create, yeah, get code. And then I would say the safest one is iframe because it loads as a separate
These are the
small
kinds of
window.
things you
Right now we need to go to
can do.
the
It's the website one of our guys built quick.
new lines here.
Are you a developer?
Again,
I'm
Say-
a project
why did you
manager
put
for
it in
a
several
developer. We
times?
just set up a social
one is for Twitter, the other one is for Facebook.
Oh, okay,
bits and
yeah,
pieces of
same
code just
widget.
got pasted.
Yes, just want to demonstrate that that widget allows you to
That's all
enter
it is.
random text.
You know, so it's
So you
not
added
that
two
hard
of
to
them.
do. All
Yes.
those images are available.
Let's switch the theme to
It
default.
was all just cut and paste. The first one
It
was the Google. It's
Preserve
changed halfway through we were doing it. They changed how they did it.
the widgets. 2012.
They can show the source code or no, not with this one.
So how do you, when you're developing WordPress, it's
Iframes
pretty,
for creating a new window.
like, how do you see the,
Sorry, say that again?
Iframes
you
is
can't.
for creating a new
You don't
window.
really
it
see
is,
the code in
so
WordPress.
It loads the content within a new window. It has its own
content
settings.
management system and administrating.
So
You're basically just filling the content
nice
management
thing
data.
about it.
so how
And
can
then
you,
it rearranges it.
so how do you cut and paste the code from these things into, or is it more so just like,
WordPress.com, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
thing. I
missing
don't know enough about
the
that. WordPress.org is a lot more flexible. There are plugins and things that allow you to run PHP and JavaScript.
One at the
here. So
bottom, I have this one.
You're in the limited, like this .com here that you're under is very insular, very limited. You run their system,
okay,
but it's free, so.
good for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we had one guy that this is all coded in PHP and HTML.
Paste the code
So
again.
he wrote all this, like all the login screens, all those things.
Pull
He
here.
wrote all that.
Right.
It does. Cool.
It is nice to have that information.
Where did you get that
I'm
Facebook
with,
code? Was
Future
that
Access.
Facebook or
I
Facebook?
looked.
You guys are-
It was like
We build websites.
Oh, it's a
right now.
Facebook development.
like box, like box.
We do quite a bit of
Like
work on
box.
WordPress. I'm not
And
a
you got it
developer,
at
we have a
Facebook.
graphics designer that does all that work. That's one of the platforms we use because it's.
Facebook shows
website,
a lot of
train the
faces.
people, and they take off with it. We don't have to.
Different,
Right.
We also host and have, we typically only host.
Okay, okay.
It's not something like this. You could look around like GoDaddy and a few other places like that will host. There are other inexpensive hosting sites that would already have a WordPress installed, which would give you the plugins and everything. There are free
this is
plugins.
the
So
power
sorry,
of
if I host
widgets.
GoDaddy, for instance, I can have access to those plugins.
You would
Rearrange them.
you
So
buy it,
by
you
dragging
buy
and
a
dropping.
domain, like you could register a domain name, get them to host for you.
It is nice.
And I still run WordPress.
You run WordPress, but you'd be running it a local version of their.
Any other questions or?
Okay,
So right now you're running on
Oh, so
WordPress.
do I have to download WordPress? Is it
They have it already installed.
Yes.
Okay? He's running the local server. Essentially, that machine right there is acting as an internet
That's why
server.
you also do that.
So he's installed a version of WordPress on there.
You're busy.
So he's running on the WordPress engine, but locally. You're running on the WordPress engine, but they under WordPress, on the WordPress
Do you
server. So they
think
close
that
it.
blogs are more
If you go to the
search
WordPress, you
engine
can
friendly
download it and install it
than a
on your own
regular
server.
website,
and
say?
then do as you choose.
A few months ago, I saw a video on YouTube. She asked if the blogs are search engine more search engine optimized than the websites. Search engines love when you have fresh content. If it's updated, let's say weekly at least, they love that. And I remember seeing a video. One of the guys on Google was talking that WordPress solves a lot of problems because, as I showed you, the links, they're SEO friendly, they describe the page's content, which is nice, and also the speed. And for Google, it's good to be able to crawl the web page faster. It's nice. The plugins that I didn't cover were one is sitemaps, sitemap creation, which will simplify will make Google's job a lot easier. For example, that sitemap file. Sorry.
Web design.
Sitemap, yes, sitemap XML.
So Google likes sitemap.
Yes, yes, because Google only needs to go to one page, and that page describes all your pages within your website, which is nice.
So that's a good reason for having a sitemap.
Yes.
These positions
Do you have a
here bump
sitemap
around,
and yet hide it on your menu so that
future
It's not
access
this.
is
It's
here, and we get there
the one
most
that's
of the time.
there's two versions of sitemaps. One is
That's
HTML.
That took a
HTML.
long
Yes,
time
there's a
to get
plugin
there.
which can generate those sitemaps. One is a page. And it will show all the pages that you currently have. But there's
Notice
another
our
type
website
of
here,
sitemap called XML.
Here,
And XML is
repeats
a
within it,
sort of
all kinds of
way
repeats
of
down
data
here.
structure. It's like a data file.
so Google
web design
will
understands and loves
download
XML as well
It's all
as the,
repeated. There's a lot
Yes.
of repeats. There's a lot of linking back.
of course XML
Mostly
is
phrases have to be
Yes.
together, right? You need to have the your web design together.
how you annotate documents.
Notice it's geographically based as well, but not just web
Yes.
design. Like Niagara.
Which would you recommend?
So if you put web design, it's something you know, say New York or something.
Actually, both, because
Like that.
XML is going to be good for search engines, and then we'll be able to download faster.
So we're going to be,
If you have a large site or lots of categories, some users, they might prefer just to use that sitemap and just navigate.
They seem to have gone out of favor. I don't see a lot of websites where it's obvious there's a sitemap. Before, everybody had a site.
I'd say
Right,
half of
right.
those are all WordPress sites.
So if it's gone out of favor,
Really?
it's been used instead.
Well,
A wedding girl, click on wedding girl.
what the sitemaps used to be is people would go there because
She does a
quickly
blog.
look at table of contents of all the wedding blogs. You'd see and what he's saying, so I've never put sitemaps in.
She keeps the blog up almost daily. She's doing videos. She's
They
doing
do it because
pictures.
search engine wants it. And that makes it worthwhile.
Yes, and the thing is, the first step is to install the plugin and
She
run
keeps
it.
that up to date.
The next
All
step
the
would be to
keywords,
go
everything she needs
to
are there. She's competing
in
directly
Google,
with people in Toronto.
use developer tools or webmaster tools, and then you need to go there and add your website and say, Google, this is my
Telling
website,
them to do it.
authorize,
That never
authenticate that website, and then
Kind of
Google will
IT do you
know
guys do?
what kind of link to their Google
Mainly
account
our clients are
Oh,
website.
if you have a Google account, do
their
that.
computers.
Yes.
Of course, installs internet stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We have a couple of guys who run around.
So they treat their Google account
Yeah, personal
holders
brings
a
stuff
little
in,
nicer than the
computer
rest of
sitting
the
there.
employees. We're gonna play Russo.
It is nice. So they
I guess you
follow
know of
services
extreme technology.
one
then?
account.
Extreme technology.
Google
services.
Google
Yeah,
Business
I've heard of them.
account. I really like it. I mean, Google designs nerdy systems.
We don't,
for nerdy
we don't
people
tend to
that are crazy
advertise
with
that
their
side of it.
interfaces.
It's our clients that
Very
we have
powerful.
that hire us to do that as well.
So
So
what
we put
we,
the website
what
out.
we did is we think it does beautifully, integrates Outlook with Gmail
Extra
very,
monitors,
very well.
cleaner computers, those sorts of things. So
You do?
mainly it's
Why?
sort of our corporate clients that
Really?
use our services, our main services.
Oh, you mean you don't get
website
emails?
design. We also do database work, greenhouses and stuff like that, like taking paper-based and making it electronic.
Not all of it.
Getting paperless for flow, and I'm working right now on a database with a web and a mobile application.
The other
Okay,
person
yeah, I'm
who's
actually
here,
working on like trying to get a tech startup going.
I have no idea. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, we're working on
Could it be a
basically like
security?
online clothing. We want to
Emails. Normally you should be getting a
solve that problem with
reply or
not buying the right clothes
Never a
online
message
based on your size. So we kind of want
She's
to
already
basically
received it.
create
But
a
it's
platform
lost
people can
from
go
her
in and
files
put
and
a size of shirt
email
that they like and create an online profile. Basically,
what
when
might
you
have
go,
happened is,
for instance,
if
we
you
have a
have
demo.
Outlook,
If they're going to do online
the
shopping, we
Outlook-
want to basically
I
create
do.
recommendations.
She's
to them.
only
That's
on
why I
Gmail.
want out of.
You have
So
a,
basically, you put it aside.
depending on the configuration, there's
standard
if
clothing
you
sizes.
connected
Well, right now we're just kind of
device
scraping
or
it.
let's say
But,
Outlook, probably
but
Outlook
eventually
devices,
it'd be nice to go
they
to
could
retailers.
download the email
Even
and
retailers have
delete
that.
it.
So
One of
thing
one
is
of your devices might have deleted that email.
Yeah, it used to, but not anymore.
With
Even
Outlook,
shoe
I'd like to
sizes.
make it leave the emails for as long as possible. You don't have
Kinda wanna
emails from 2005.
No, it's like I had
Gmail.
one email that I had actually.
the variation
responded
among
to
brands, right?
A couple of
We'd
days
like to
earlier.
Standard. No, you're trying to build, you want to build a users,
And then another
build a
email
user
that I
base that has
saw,
their, here's my pant, shirt, shoe, hat size, all in our database. And then when they go shopping, you only show
Rare
some
case and
There you go.
favorite.
Exactly.
They
And
great
scroll
back.
how
How
are
you
you
gonna
going to build that database?
not happen?
that's the
Is
thing, right? So you
it-
click on fitted, and
Isn't
then it
Gmail
filters it to what
kind
would
of
fit you,
sort of
and you want
specifically
these
for
genes,
like
and then
business
eventually
type
just
dealing?
There's
How do you
two
build a
types.
database
There's
in a
personal
way that,
Gmail,
Yeah.
but also there's another version, business. It's called Google Apps for Business. And what basically does is if you have a website and you want to use Google services, you can have your name as the domain name, and you can set up your website with Google Apps, and you can install different apps. It used to be free
so
$5 a month.
per user.
But they like to have a technology that
Yes.
will scan you and create your ideal dimensions.
I have registered
we look into
10
that.
domains, and I still
So-
very expensive.
free
So
quota.
you're going to have to
10
actually
users for free.
physically do that for everybody. So how are
Well,
you
no,
going to
no,
get
we'd like to
Just
basically
but I think the real
it's the best way
liability
to
is
create an
better
online
if
closet
you're a paying customer.
the shirt,
of course.
clothing that fits them well, that they like.
I think the
and then
quota is
from
25
that,
gigabytes,
from that
right?
create a
I
profile.
don't know, we
so
don't
that you
tend
to
to
build a
store stuff
database of
in the cloud.
information of layer
That's where we
sizes.
want it, but we never get around
Right,
to it.
and then that
We
would
have it all in
simply,
our hard drive.
eventually, the more they upload, the more accurate the results, because we'd have the
I think
dimensions
it
on
is
this closed
25
ID
gigabytes. Very
eventually,
generous.
and
Yeah,
then
I think so.
so
Normally, I
that
think
we
it's,
have their
the default one is 10
their
gigabytes.
dimensions, and then we'll basically cross-reference it.
Yes.
So retailers
Yeah,
did.
so you need to know how big this person is. And these shirts fit, so this is their dimensions. These pants fit, so this is their dimensions. These shoes fit, so this is their dimensions.
We're assuming as they
You're going to have to come up with some string characters that meets that. That says this is this person, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when they go to a store,
It was
online store, that string
it's
is
a
sent to
very
that store.
quick,
That store
very fast
shows
browser.
things.
It's been around.
Yeah, and not necessarily. We'd like to have like an API, right? And basically, you could log
It's
in
never
with
been
your
super
fitted
popular, but,
login when you do online shopping. So say thebay.com, log in with your fitted app, login, and then as you do your online shopping,
What I use?
you click on a shirt you like. They'll have all the sizes, but then it'll say fitted
Several
recommend.
browsers, primarily Firefox for my
your
programming,
profile follows you as you shop,
my programming tools.
and it highlights the ones
then,
on the list
Chrome.
that fit you.
Second, and for
You're going to have to get all the
testing,
retail. You're going to have to get all the retailers.
Internet Explorer.
The only time you use it.
Yeah, no, we had to do that
Yeah.
right now. We're trying to get all the sport event organized.
I use it just for upload YouTube videos. I like to have each browser is connected to a different account. So I just like to remember my settings and upload.
See, I'm a business student, so I don't have quite the tech background. I've been trying to find developers.
So I think Chrome is
You got to find
faster
now
now.
and understand
Well, according to
Back
this,
end,
back-end stuff, the database, and how retail is currently done, how that information is transmitted.
they were really
I met a guy
surprised
who
about
developed a technology that would actually scan you, create a 3D CAD file on your body.
It is
Put
free.
clothing on to see what it would look like. And he tried to do the same thing, but he said the retailer side
Oh,
is just way
okay.
too difficult.
Oh, it is.
Who did offer?
It's too diverse, way too difficult. You're crossing borders, you're getting international shopping, information on personal information, personal identifiable information is now crossing borders. So you're going to run into security issues, privacy issues.
Yeah,
You know, I don't want to put a damper on you,
no,
but
it's good. I like hearing the feedback because it's still early stages. We're in the just idea stage.
Too much resources. Build on people's work.
like a big online Canadian retailer.
Kind of have like a white label app.
No, but you would get
Try
it
it,
working
yeah.
for them.
That's it now.
Yeah.
Pick a retailer, get it working for them.
That'd be a good thing.
Oh,
Concept
Firefox.
with them. And then say, hey, this works, I log in, it knows me, this size this, and then build the database.
Do you have any other questions or?
Well, we got
Kind of experiment.
And then,
That's good.
and then bring 2 or 3 other retailers.
That's great.
Sears.
Well, somebody said 7.
We were thinking maybe have the technology and then license it to
Thank you all for coming.
retailers. They could have like the Gap app, right? It'd be white labeled.
Yes.
But then
Thank you.